Hi there, this is Ronnie Amber's Night. I'm doing a video response to Tetsubo57's video on consent needing to be explicit. I just wanted to throw in my own tuppence worth on this. Firstly, I agree with all points that he made. This isn't a video of me in any way disagreeing with him. But I want to go a little further. First of all, I've seen some of the posts, some of them strangely by women who have been shocked that these guys actually got found guilty of anything. They considered it a very trivial matter, and of course, they placed all the blame on the victim. They claimed that she didn't really know these guys. Why was she there? Well, she has every right to go to a party. She has every right um, to drink. Uh, One might argue maybe she shouldn't have drank so much that she was damn near comatose. But even with that, even with that, they had no right to do what they did. None whatsoever. They had no right to rape her. Consent was not given. As Tetsubo rightly points out, consent must be explicit. It cannot be implied or inferred. It must be implicit. And short of that implicit yes, you must assume no. You must. Unless you get an absolute, qualified, affirmative answer, you must assume no. I will go further though. Not only do I think that these guys should have gotten heckishly longer sentences than 1 and 2 years, um, and I agree that the only people responsible for them throwing away their football career are themselves. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care if a woman is in the middle of the street, stark naked, with a long queue of men lining up to have sex with her. I don't care if there's 100 people in front of you in the queue and 100 people behind you. If she happily, consensually sleeps with 100 people in front of you and happily and consensually sleeps with 100 people behind you, if she says no to you, that's it. No. You do not have the right to force yourself on her. And if you do, the fact that she slept with 100 people in the queue before you and 100 people behind you are going to get it, that doesn't give you the right. If you attempt to sleep with her when she said no, it is rape. I get annoyed at this double standard we have in this country. America, I'm sure, has the same double standard, but certainly the double standard applies here in the UK, where a guy who sleeps with 100 women is considered a stud, he's considered a right on guy, whereas a woman who sleeps with 100 men is considered a slut. As far as I'm concerned, it's either okay for both or it's not okay for both. You can't have this double standard, it's stupid. But as someone who in my life has met people who have been raped, it never goes away, is the thing that I've noticed. It never goes away. It doesn't necessarily impact directly day to day, but indirectly it certainly does. It leaves scars, emotional scars, psychological scars, if not physical scars, depending on how violent the rape has been. it leaves these scars, and they are very noticeable. They're very obvious. As far as I'm concerned, it's simply not acceptable to it's not acceptable to cause these scars. It really isn't. I wish to God that these guys had actually gotten a bigger sentence. But what worries me more are the people who are defending them. So let me make it clear to those people. This was rape. This girl did not ask to be raped. It doesn't matter what she was wearing. It doesn't matter how much she was drinking. It doesn't matter if she was dancing provocatively, flirting with them. None of that matters. All that matters is that when that attack happened, it was done callously, cruelly, and the sex was not consensual. Do not blame the victim for that. The victim is not to blame. The blame lies fairly and squarely on the shoulders of her rapists. That's who caused the rape. Not her, them. As for their promising football careers having been blighted, as Tetsubo rightly points out, they blighted their football careers. They raped. Don't blame the victim. Don't blame the courts for them losing their football careers. Blame the rapists. They raped a woman, for fuck's sake. That is who you blame. You don't blame victims for crimes. You blame the criminal. It's... I could probably go off on one at this point, but I won't. I will try and keep it restrained. So I'm going to wind it up here. So as I say, the victim is blameless in this. People can argue mitigating circumstance to the blue in the face. The only mitigating circumstance is this. Those two men, supposed men, raped a girl. She was unable to give consent. She was unable to fight back. And they did it anyway. There's a word for people like that. The word is coward. They're cowards. Simple as that. And those who took videos and photos and posted them on websites, they are implicit. Apart from the one person who tried to stand up, all of them just are morally vacuous and deserve no respect. So those are my opinions. I stand by them, and I'll be back soon with another video.